Okay, here we are. If you look on Artboard 1, I finished all of my line work. I'll go ahead and open up my layers palette so that you can see what's taking place. So far, I have my numbers layer, line art for the diamond, line art for cotton, and the tan background. So on layer 1, keep all of your line work. This is going to be like a backup for you just in case you mess up on the other artboard. So you'll have all your original line work. Now if you look, I've made copies of all of the layers, and I have some additional ones, and we'll cover those later. My original images always stay at the bottom. You don't have the finished piece yet, so don't worry about that particular layer. Alright, so how to copy layers. You simply click on the layer, hold, and drag down to the copy layer icon, more or less the new layer icon, but you'll see a plus on the hand. That means that it's going to be a copy. I'm not going to do that right now because I've already have mine. If you look here, it'll say numbers and copy. So you're going to do that for each of your line art pieces. So line art for the number, line art for your diamond or whatever gemstone, and line art for whatever flower or bird you may have. It varies per person. Alright, so let's focus on the second artboard here. I'll go ahead and turn off the visibility over there just so we won't get confused, and then I'll focus on artboard 2. Alright, so I'll turn on the numbers. I've applied some color, so right now it's time to start playing with color. I have my line art for my diamond. I also have my line art for my cotton, and I'll turn off the original image at the moment. So you can begin playing around with your color for your numbers. And right now I'll suggest maybe just picking a color. I'll have you guys experimenting with some swatches, so then you can experiment with those colors and the swatches, so it won't be too hard to figure out a color scheme. Alright, so let's pick up with the line work for the diamond. I'll turn off cotton for now. So if you have a gemstone, those of you who are working with the gemstone, you want to make sure that before you copy your images, and I meant to say this in the beginning, make sure you group. Because right now if I ungroup my objects and I click on one piece, then it's just one piece that's moving. So before you move, before you copy from artboard 2 to copy your things to artboard, before you copy from artboard 1 to artboard 2, go ahead and select all of the pieces to the object and go to object and then group. So that way when you move the object, the whole object moves. Also, when you look in your layers palette, you'll see that it'll say group, so you'll know. If you don't want to get confused again, you can also name your group, so then you'll see diamond group. That's us if you are getting confused. You can name everything in Illustrator, which is so awesome. Alright, so here is my diamond. So those of you who are working with the diamond or the gemstone and you've created your art piece using different line segments, and it can be a combination of shapes and lines as well. But what you want to do is you want to create your object so that you're able to apply color. So now that I have everything grouped, all of my lines and my shapes, I'll go to my tools palette, and you're looking for the tool that says Live Paint Bucket. It's on the same button as the Shape Builder and the Live Paint Selection tool. Make sure you have your object selected. When you scroll across your object, you'll see a little message that says click to make a live paint group. So once you click this, it will make your object able to apply color. So now you can put color in all of these pieces. Before you were not allowed to. Let me show you. I'll edit undo. If you come in here and you try to put color, let's just say the whole thing, you'll get the whole thing filled with one solid color. And of course, we don't want that. However, if I ungroup, object ungroup, and you have some shapes in here. See, did I use all lines? I think I used all lines in mine. But those of you who have used some shapes from the shape tool, then you can go in and just fill each shape. But for the most part, I think the majority of you use different line segments to create your object. So you have to use the live paint bucket in order for you to be able to go in and fill each little piece with a different color. So now I'm able to go in here and apply color in each piece. So that's how you use the live paint bucket tool. And now I can of course move that around as one. Okay, so that's using the live paint bucket tool. Everybody should be using that for the most part. Alright, so the next thing is doing the live trace. Now everybody's piece is different, so you have to make the decision about which piece will look better as a live trace and which piece will look better in as a live paint group. So, turning off my diamond so you won't get confused, I'll open my original image so you can see how it looks in the beginning. What you would do is you would simply click on your image. Your control panel, once again, changes. You see the word live trace. You don't want to just click on live trace because then you'll get the default, which is black and white. So I'll edit and undo that. What you want to do is click on the drop down menu and you want to choose color 16. Give it some time to render, and if you notice, you'll see the different colors here. I'm going to edit undo. Now, before you do that step, make sure you copy in case you mess up. You notice I have another copy of the image as a sub layer and I have it turned off. And you can see the other pieces of the original image here. So copy everything so that way if you mess up, you don't have to go back and scramble and try to find the image. But you should have the image saved on your USB drive. Alright, once you do the live trace, let me go back and bring it up. Once you do the live trace, you'll notice that you see the different values here. Your next thing is you want to come in here and you're going to delete the background out. Now in order to do that, you need to go to Object and you need to ungroup it. What live trace does is break up your image into the different values, but it puts it in value shapes as if you drew them. So we're going to ungroup those shapes. Object ungroup. I'm going to go to expand. You have the expand here. Notice it's showing you all the pieces that have been drawn. And now you can come in with your direct selection tool and click on the pieces that you want to delete out. And you're looking to delete all of the background. Now, some of you are going to run into what I just ran into. If you notice, the values from the background match the values in my cotton. So in order to avoid deleting parts of your cotton out, like if you see if I keep deleting, I'll delete my cotton. What you have to do is come to your eraser tool. And right now my eraser is small, which is cool. I'll just come in like I'm tracing almost. And what I'm doing is separating these values so that when I get ready to delete, it'll only delete the selected area. So just separating. Notice it looks like I'm tracing when I'm really not. I'm just erasing those. Now if you notice, now those values are no longer connected to my flowers. So I can come in here and mark key areas, larger areas, and delete them out. So that's your next step, is to live trace your images and delete the backgrounds. Now you can do this for both of your images. Just make sure you make copies, because don't forget, we're trying to figure out what's the best look for your piece. So copy your images twice. So then you do you'll do live trace for the cotton, the live trace for your diamond or flower or whichever it is. So that way you get a chance to experiment with the layouts. And of course, you can add more artboards, and I'll go through that in the next step. Okay, good luck. Don't forget, you are grouping all of your objects first. Then you are copying the objects and you're putting them on the second artboard. Then you are live tracing your cotton, your flower, or your bird. You want to make sure you expand it and ungroup, or ungroup and expand. Either one, it works. Use your direct selection to select the areas you want to delete. Sorry, there's the bell. I'll keep going. Also, use your eraser in order to disconnect values that match your image so that you don't delete any of your image's color. All right, once again, this is Miss Anderson, and I wish you good luck. I'm here for any questions. Don't forget, anytime you try something once and it doesn't work, deselect and try again, because it happens that way. If something is selected for a long time, or you're doing something different on another piece of your artwork, you may come back to it. It just needs to be reselected, and everything should work. Good luck.